My team and I have built the most insane trading challenges ever, and you could potentially win a total of $1,000. You can go under tournaments right here. In just 6 days, these challenges are going to start, and the very first one is the scalper sprint. This challenge will be for exactly 2 weeks, and the winner takes home a grand prize of $500. All you will have is a $10,000 demo account, and for just 2 weeks, you're going to show us your skill. But here's the twist. You can only trade gold and US30, and every single trade must be closed within 30 minutes. Yes, that's right. 30 minutes or you are out. And to even qualify for the $500 prize in this challenge, you need to execute a minimum of 50 trades. Now the question is, can you handle the pressure? Then the second challenge is the swing trader marathon. And maybe you're not about the fast charts and that scalping action. Maybe you like more of your trades to play out, to show us your strategy. Then this one will be the best one for you. Just another $10,000 demo account, but this time it's for a full trading month. Your mission is to find the perfect entries and the perfect exits, because we are only limited to 20 trades. As you can see right over here, you can trade all the major pairs that you want and the minor pairs, but only 20 trades can you take for this challenge. This is going to test your patience, your analysis, and your strategy. The winner is definitely going to walk away with $500. Now remember, I said that all positions must be held for a minimum of 24 hours. So which trading legend are you, the scalper or the swinger? Now we're offering the chance to prove your trading skills with the best and the potential to walk away with a share of this $1,000, and the countdown has begun. In just 6 days, 15 hours and roughly 30 minutes, the challenge is going to start. So don't miss out on this epic trading challenge that you can have. The rules are very simple. You can use any strategy of your choice, but just following these rules that we have here of having a maximum of 20 trades here and a minimum of 50 trades on the scalper sprint, exiting early and holding trades on the swing trader marathon. Now click the link in the description below to pick your challenge. Sign up now. Go, and let's dive straight onto the weekly analysis. If you're new, find the channel for the first time, welcome. We trade the NASDAQ over here. If you're returning, welcome back. You already know what's up. Don't forget to hit that like button to your post notifications and subscribe to the channel. Guys, I know this week was an absolutely busy week for me. I was not on the charts, and I can absolutely tell that the trades played out just like we had discussed in the previous video. Now, if you notice, we really had a simple breakout and a simple retest. If you're watching the channel, you understand this simple strategy that we're having right over here, and then a push to the upside. We have broken out on US30 and we now have new highs. I expect everyone to have taken this trade, even though I was not on the charts for as long as I would have wanted to. I think we only managed to catch a trade on gold that gave us roughly 200, if I'm not mistaken, 200 pips. Let me just confirm that with the inner circle. Yes, we had a 200 pip move that you're seeing here. I closed this trade with roughly around $1,000 because it did then retrace a little bit, but then I took partial profits only on these trades. And then we had a limit order. The market didn't trigger it, as you can see. So patience is key when you're trading. I do not force trades if I don't see them, and obviously also the element of busyness. But I'm trusting these trades were taken and they played out really nicely. Now this is the setup that I was having on the NASDAQ when I gave the limit order. I expected NASDAQ to drop a bit to complete this trend line here before it pushes up. So we're going to have our limit order in this area and then ride the trade up. So the market always does what it wants. As you can see, it didn't come to fill this order and it just went up to the top. That is still a good thing for us because it's now a pretty straightforward analysis where we have new highs on the NASDAQ, just like US 30. I think the analysis still stands because we do have we need a third touch on the trend line, but for us to have it, it doesn't mean that it is immediate, right? We have to wait for that to happen. So for this week, using the weekly analysis, you should have taken this trade from this area right over here where we had the market breaking out, right? So this was a Monday, right? Yes, market broke out on a Monday out of this area. We spoke about that, and then it got to this all-time high. It got to the all-time highs. It came back for a retest, right? As it came back for a retest, the sellers showed us selling pressure right at this spot, and then they couldn't continue with the pressure that they sought. You can see that this is a support area, a previous resistance broken out of, turned into support. Now the sellers broke out of support, but they couldn't keep pushing the market down. Let's say you see this candle next, that shows you that the buyers have stepped into this market, right? Your job is to now find an entry at the support again, which was somewhere between these candlesticks right over here. You should have taken the trade and rode it up to the next resistance, waited for a breakout, and then added positions or taken profit right at this level, but it gave us a good push to the upside. Now that is pretty simple and straightforward for us on the NASDAQ. If I had more time on the charts, I would have actually taken that beautiful trade. So this is just a recap of the week and the potential trades that you could have taken, or that I could have taken, would have taken if I was still looking at the charts. Then the gold trade, absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you remember on Sunday, I spoke about this trend line right over here, and I drew these points of interest, this first one and the second one, and I mentioned that I would want to go for this second point of interest because this trend line could be biased. A lot of people would be looking at this trend line. Buying at this area would be a little bit risky, but it doesn't mean that it's not an attempt, right? You would have taken an attempt right here, exited really early when you saw selling pressure, or you lock in your profits, and then as it dropped to our second point of interest, you would have just jumped right back into the trades. Now let's see what we are looking at for this particular week. Now obviously our point of interest on gold is now going to just be this one. This one has been invalidated, right? So we're going to start off on the gold chart. What we're already seeing is gold has formed a support area right in this level. Why at this zone is, you can see the market dropped down, got to a certain point. At this point, it keeps getting rejected. The sellers try to push this market down, then they are pushed back up. They come back to try and push it down. The buyers push it back up. They've come back again. Now we want to see them breaking out of either the high here or the low here. As soon as we break out of this resistance, we will be good to ride it up back to the all-time highs. The only time you're not going to take this trade is if it breaks out of this low here, because there's a potential that it could keep falling down to find the next support area, which we don't really have. So we want a better entry if we break out to the top right over there. Moving on to US 30, we want to trade with price action, right? Price action alone. And if we look at this move that we have here, you can see with price action that the buyers are obviously in control of this market. How do I know that? We have bigger bullish candlesticks than selling candlesticks. You can even count the number of selling candlesticks, but then the sellers step in and then the buyers push the market. The sellers try to step in, the buyers push it. They step in and the buyers push it. So it's just telling you that the buyers are definitely in control of this market, and you want to look for buying positions. So how are we going to go about that? We had this high and then it broke out of it, retested, went back up. Now it formed this little high before it dropped back, came back and broke out of this high here. And then right now I think that's exactly what it wants to do, right? So what will I be looking at on US 30? I'm not sure what the network is doing, but then anyway, my next support area is going to be in this zone. I don't know why my drawings are not showing anymore, but you see this zone right here where we retested one time right at this level like this. So I would expect the market to come back into this area for a retest, and then we push right back with it to the top to continue the movement that it already has started to give us. So that's about it on US 30. Not complicated. I don't know, I think I'm having a problem with my PC. It's not responding right now and we don't have much time, so let's just go straight on to the NASDAQ. Just exactly the same thing that I did explain on US30, right? We did have the all-time highs. At this point, NASDAQ didn't give us a week right here. So these are the all-time highs. We just broke out of them. We did not retest these zones. So there's a chance that the market will come and retest them. But where will it retest? Right at this area, right? This is our first attempt right here. Why? Because you can see this was a resistance area, right? It broke out of it, retested it, but then it failed to hold the sellers right here. The buyer stepped in. It's still a support area, right? So it would come back into a good support area before it pushes right back up to the top, or it could come and want to complete this trend line right over here, and then we'll still ride it up to the top. That's really simple, really straightforward what we're looking at for this particular week. Nothing complicated at all. We step away if it starts going against us and we reanalyze, right? We never force the market to do what we want it to do. Now that's about it. If you did enjoy this video and you found the breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, turn your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. You feel me with that? It's been Tito, and I'll see you guys in the next lit video. Love you guys.